İranın ali rəhbəri Ayətullah Xamenei ABŞ Prezidenti Donald Trampı cinayətkar adlandıraraq kütləvi anti-hökumət etirazlarını Vaşinqtonun təşkil etdiyi bir sui-qəsd kimi qiymətləndirib. Xamenei şənbə günü yerli mediaya verdiyi açıqlamada bildirib, biz ABŞ prezidentini İran xalqına qarşı törədilən itkilərə, dağıntılara və atılan böhtanlara görə cinayətkar hesab edirik. O, sözlərinə belə davam edib, bu, Amerikanın sui-qəsdidir. Amerikanın məqsədi İranı udmaqdır. Məqsəd İranı yenidən hərbi, siyasi və iqtisadi baxımdan asılı vəziyyətə salmaqdır. Bu, Xameneinin ölkədəki mövcud xaosla bağlı Trampı ittiham etdiyi ilk hal deyil. Keçən həftə o, Trampı təkəbbürlü adlandıraraq, onu ABŞ-dakı problemlərə diqqət yetirməyə çağırmışdı. Xamenei keçmiş Twitter sosial şəbəkəsində yazmışdı. Bütün dünyanı təkəbbürlə mühakimə edən ABŞ prezidenti bilməlidir ki, Firon, Nəmrud, Məhəmməd Rza Pəhləvi və bu kimi digər zalım və təkəbbürlü hökmdarlar məhz öz lovğalıqlarının zirvəsində ikən süquta uğradılar. O da süqut edəcək. Yanvarın 8 və 9-da İranın müxtəlif şəhərlərində baş verən etirazlar zamanı cəmi 2 gecə ərzində ən azı 12 min etirazçı öldürülüb. İran İnternasional nəşri şənbə günü bildirib ki, etirazçıların öldürülməsində İİKK-nın Qüds Qüvvələri və ona bağlı müttəfiq qruplar əsas rol oynayıb. Anti-hökumət etirazları dekabrın sonlarından etibarən ölkə boyu yayılıb. Etirazlar əvvəlcə bir qrup tacirin kəskin inflyasiya və milli valyutanın sürətli dəyərdən düşməsinə qarşı çıxışı ilə başlamışdı. Daha sonra isə etirazlar anti-hökumət və anti-ruhani xarakter alaraq nümayişçilər rejimin devrilməsini tələb etməyə başladılar. Hökumət nəzarəti gücləndirmək və yeni ixtişaşların və nümayişlərin qarşısını almaq məqsədilə təhlükəsizlik qüvvələrinin sayını artırıb.
Well, we're going to see. NATO has been dealing with us on Greenland. We need Greenland for national security very badly. If we don't have it, we have a big hole in national security, especially when it comes to what we're doing in terms of the Golden Dome and all of the other things. We have a lot of investments in military. We have got the strongest military in the world, and it's only getting stronger. And you saw that with Venezuela. You saw that with the attack on Iran, with the knocking out their nuclear capability potentially. So, yeah, we're talking to NATO.
Mr. President.
You admit to not militarily.
Sorry, guys, you cannot push too much.
I don't talk about that.
Mr. President.
You
urged protesters in Iran earlier this week to keep fighting in the streets and said that help was on the way. Is help still on the way, or has your bar
Well, we're
for
going to see.
intervention
As you know, Iran canceled the hanging of over 800 people. They were going to hang over 800 people yesterday. And I greatly respect the fact that they canceled that.
Mr. President, Prime Minister Carney is in China. Prime Minister Carney is in China. How do you see the deals, Canada and China? I've just signed trade deals between the two partners.
Well, that's okay. That's what he should be doing. I mean, it's a good thing for him to sign a trade deal. If you can get a deal with China, you should do that.
election in Venezuela?
Did Arab and Israeli officials convince you to not strike Iran?
Nobody convinced me. I convinced myself. You had yesterday scheduled over 800 hangings. They didn't hang anyone. They canceled the hangings. That had a big impact.
Yesterday you accepted Maria Machado's Nobel Prize medal. What do you intend to do with it, and why would you want someone else's Nobel Prize?
Well, she offered it to me. I thought it was very nice. She said, you know, you've ended 8 wars, and nobody deserves this prize more than in history than you do. And I thought it was a very nice gesture. And by the way, I think she's a very fine woman, and we'll be talking again. Say it?
What's the trigger for the Insurrection Act in Minnesota? What are you waiting for?
Well, the Insurrection Act, which has been used by 48% of the presidents as of this moment, the Insurrection Act also, if you look at it, I believe it was Bush, the elder Bush, he used it, I think, 28 times. It's been used a lot. And if I needed it, I'd use it. I don't think there's any reason right now to use it. But if I needed it, I'd use it. It's very powerful.
President Trump called Machado a very nice person at the meeting went well. Why align with Delcy Rodriguez and the remnants of the Maduro regime and not with Machado, who has the support of the Venezuelan people?
Well, if you ever remember a place called Iraq where everybody was fired, every single person, the police, the generals, everybody was fired, and they ended up being ISIS. instead of just getting down to business, they ended up being ISIS. So I remember that. But I'll tell you, I had a great meeting yesterday by a person who I have a lot of respect for, and she has respect, obviously, for me and our country. And she gave me her Nobel Prize. But I'll tell you what, I got to know her. I never met her before, and I was very, very impressed. She's a really, this is a fine woman.
Where are you going?